This unassuming, unnoticeable moving shadow on the screen is actually one of Dota's deadliest heroes. Can you guess who it is? That's right, it's Chef Phantom Assassin from Dota 1. Let's find out how it all started for her. Starting off with her lore. Back in Dota 1, Mortred was an outcast amongst the Night Elf. Eventually, she turned to the Scourge and sought to take revenge against those who had wronged her. Her years of training turned her into one of the deadliest members of the Scourge, thus earning her the title, Phantom Assassin. However, things are a bit more convoluted in Dota 2. As a child, she was chosen by the Sisters of the Veil, an order that considers assassination to be a sacred part of the natural order. Raised without any identity, any Phantom Assassin can replace another. No one knows how many they are, or what they really are, but this particular Phantom Assassin occasionally remembers her name, Mortred. And yeah, she's no longer an elf. Moving over to her design, in Dota 1, Phantom Assassin used the Night Elf Warden model, a unique hero unit from Warcraft 3. Her Dota 2 version shares some similarities, such as the metal helmet, the strangely shaped weapon, and the pointy bits all over the body. The Dota 2 model, however, seems to better fit the assassin theme. Gone are the curtain-like cape, the giant ring-shaped blade, and the oversized, super conspicuous pauldrons. Everything has been dramatically cut down to be more slick and stealthy, which is pretty appropriate. As for gameplay, Phantom Assassin was introduced in Dota 1 all the way back in 2.60. While her abilities have remained mostly the same in Dota 2, there were still major tweaks throughout the years. Phantom Assassin's first skill, first named Poison Dagger, initially applied a slow on enemies and a negligible amount of damage over time. It was later replaced by Shadow Strike. Yes, that Shadow Strike. Before becoming Stifling Dagger in 6.51, Stifling Dagger would apply pure damage and a slow, but it no longer deals damage over time, and the damage type would soon be changed to physical damage. The other ability that saw some big tweaks was her ultimate, Coup de Grace, which used to only provide a 12% chance to deal a measly 400 damage when she attacks. And finally, we have to talk about the ability which made PA such a pain in the ass back in the day, Blur. This passive used to not only provide evasion, but also transparency. You heard it right, not Ricky's invisibility, but transparency. Imagine trying to spot her during a team fight, or when you're on the darker side of the map. You would never see her coming, unless you can spot her floating health bar, or worse, hear her blades chopping you up. And even if you do spot a health bar, or a thin-ass circle indicating her presence, the precision it takes for you to actually click on this little shit while panicking ought to qualify you to be an expert marksman. Thank goodness this was eventually removed and it never made its way into Dota 2. So, how would her older version hold up against her current Dota 2 variant? Not good. Coup de Grace 12% chance to proc 400 bonus damage in Dota 1 makes it a no-brainer. And considering how sweaty gamers can be these days, her transparency shenanigans would not have worked with the help of high-contrast monitors and gaming chairs.
Hi, I'm Gabe Newell. And like many of you, I have a complicated relationship with Dota.
Anyway, we're curious to hear your experience if you've ever played against this version of PA. Also, let us know who we should cover next. See you in the comments.